Hello, September 7th, Wednesday. I'm trying different formats for my videos, and I'm gonna test one of these, some more colorful kind of things. You're gonna see there are some bubbles here. These are gonna be useful for you to follow these particular videos together with the trading journal, which I think is particularly important. I will try to follow step by step what is in the journal on the chart. Now I will start with the pound, because pound against the dollar, because in spite of quite a lot of signals and in spite of really nice long period of selling, we didn't do anything today on this, and actually we filtered. These bubbles here are all the times that I could have got in and I filtered it. Let's see why. You had the first signal at 8:10, 10 past 8. You have a low at big round number. So you already understand that I just wanted to filter this thing because of the big round number. It went down to 97, so it would have probably not been triggered, but just in case. And in any case, you can see that you have the daily pivot here. So this was definitely a filtered trade. The stop would have been up here, so you wouldn't have been stopped out, but you would have spent quite a long time on a difficult situation, and you would have got out before the 9:30 news, which is exactly here, with probably a break-even or maybe a little loss, more likely. Obviously, this you can't trade because it's around the news. So again, this is a no-brainer. You could trade this, but this is already after 10 o'clock, and for reason of time, we don't consider this period where we don't trade anyway. You have then, after 1 o'clock, you have this at 1:30. But again, why did we filter this? Well, really too close to the daily pivot. And we would have been right, because probably our stop would have been quite down here. And there was no point having a stop down here in order to try to get what? Very few points for a pretty large risk. We have then a signal here, but we don't want to enter here because it's very, very close to this support that has already been touched twice. Plus, there was a testimony of the Bank of England for the inflation report, and as you can see, it was really a hairy period here with spikes all over the place. So you definitely don't want to get into this. Then you have the spike, but you wouldn't be triggered here, and then it's the market goes down. You could have entered after this kind of dodgy here. The market had a low of 62, so you could have entered at 60 or 59. But once again, you had the support here. Yes, it was broken here, but during news. So I filtered this one, and this was the only iffy filtering. And in any case, as you can see, it would have been a good trade, but better stay out if you're in doubts, as we say. Now on EU, the situation is completely the opposite. We didn't filter anything. We had two trades. You can see them here. This is the entry, and this is the potential initial stop. And this is the entry, and this is the potential initial stop. Yes, there was quite a lot of filtering here, but we don't consider this because it's after 10 o'clock. So pretty late signal. We have to wait for the 8 o'clock bar to close. And it was a very, very painful and boring trade. I can start putting the stop here, but this is definitely a breakout. So as soon as the market got in, I started putting the stop down and following it with the moving average. And as you can see, there's a double bottom here, and then there's another bottom here, and there's a period where nothing really happens. Nothing really happens until you get to 10 o'clock. So this wasn't a very good trade. It was positive, but it was quite boring. And eventually, my stop was down here. Then you have the afternoon. Again, we tried to start trading at 1 o'clock, and I use this as a sort of cut-off time to get back in. But sometimes actually the market starts just before 1 o'clock, and in this case, if you entered before, this would have been filtered for reasons of timing, but this would have been a very good trade if you took this. However, you wouldn't have taken it anyway, because you would have entered at something like 36, 38, and there was a 34 support here. So again, no volatility, nothing to do here. At 1 o'clock, you have the first signal here, but you really want to have a clear breakout of this level here. I took the order out here because it's 2:30, and there was a 2:45 news. There was some other news at 3 o'clock, so I rather waited. But as soon as the news passed, and I could see that there was a pretty good move up, I reinstated the order with a little bit sort of higher buffer, and that was a very nice trade. It was a spike. I don't know what caused this. This is the bar after the 3 o'clock news, but anyway, it got to my R1 and then immediately went out. So I had my about 10 points with the first half and broken even at with the second half. A much more choppy affair was oil today. Oil was very generous with us the last few days, but today it was quite naughty actually. First trade was here, 805, opens, breakout. You have a buy signal, breakout of this high here, and the market goes up for 5 or 6 or 7 depending on how big your buffer is, ticks, but you see that it's really doing nothing here. You have a doji, you have a shooting star, so I decided to get out at break even, and it was a very good idea. This actually didn't prevent me from having a loss, because you have a sell signal here, and you would have entered at about 45.10 with an idea of having a scalp to a big round number. Unfortunately, the market reached 3 or 4, actually reached 4 and then went the other way. And so I was stopped out on the reversal, actually. I thought that if the market was going this way, my trade was wrong anyway. I should have waited a little bit longer and put the stop, left the stop up here, but I didn't. Luckily, however, this buy here wasn't triggered because I was looking at this high and the buffer kept me out of trouble. 1 o'clock is when we start trading again, and here we had a pretty good breakout of the big round number. So I entered at about 94, the stop on a breakout like this, it should be about up here, just above the moving averages. The first one out was here at 76, the daily pivot. The market then stalled a bit. I thought that this was already quite big, so I actually took the other one out at 76 as well. But then the market went down again. So you have the possibility of a re-entry here. So you have a sell signal, the market is going down, and you have a pause here, you have a range. On the break of that range, you can get in again. If you get in at 66, 65, the market actually reached 52, so you have your 10 points, and then the market goes up. Here, why did I filter this one? Well, do you really want to get in on a rally like this? We're talking about 60 plus points here, no sign of bears whatsoever, and I think that getting in here, in spite of the signal, is really asking for trouble, and you would have lost this trade. However, I didn't learn particularly well, because I thought that if the market reaches 25 and it doesn't go back down to, let's say, the daily pivots, there is going to be another leg up. So as soon as I see in this signal here, I actually try to be a little bit smart, entering at something like 13, 14, with an idea to arrive at 25. That would have been justifiable and pretty good. Unfortunately, the market had other idea. It went up and then down, and so I was stopped out for the second time on cable today, on oil today. Then you can see here that the market starts being really very choppy. You have a signal here, and I ignore this one because I think it was I was broken even on oil at this point. It's 3 o'clock. There were some news, and I decided to just ignore this signal here, which was the low of this one, the break of the low of this one, and I was very good at this. And also this one, because it didn't make any sense to try to get some scrap with a huge stop, knowing that the market, your first target would have been 53. You reached 53, but you would have entered actually, I don't know, probably 63, 61, and it wasn't worth its while.